On Friday, a judge ruled that Donald Trump and the 5 other people, along with the conservative group that were suing Twitter, cannot in fact sue Twitter because none of the claims they made in their lawsuit are valid. Now, Donald Trump had filed this lawsuit against Twitter shortly after being banned last year. The conservative group, American Conservative Union, headed up by Matt Schlapp, along with 5 other individuals, also joined in on the lawsuit. Now, not that long ago, the lawsuit, by the way, was filed in Florida, and the judge said, hey, according to Twitter's terms, which you agreed to when you signed up for the website, any dispute has to be handled in California courts. So the case was moved from Florida to California, and that actually created a lot of problems for Donald Trump and these other individuals, because they were trying to sue Twitter for violating Florida law that, by the way, wasn't even written yet by the time all but one of these individuals were kicked off the platform. And of course, the judge in this case ruled that you're arguing that Twitter violated your First Amendment rights. Well, guess what, folks? The judge says, Twitter's a private company. They're not the government. They don't have to adhere to any kind of free speech offer that the United States Constitution guarantees you, because as the judge said, the First Amendment only applies to the government, not restricting your free speech. And of course, the judge says, I understand you're trying to claim that the government was somehow involved in this. However, there is no link at all between Twitter's decision and any government official, as Trump's lawyers again argued. Therefore, you do not have a case. Gone. Dismissed. But should Trump really care, right? I mean, he told us 2 weeks ago he has no interest in getting back on Twitter, that he's not coming back, even if Elon Musk were to allow him to come back. So that should be the end of it, right? I mean, heck, Donald Trump actually started using his own Truth Social platform last week, so you really should have just dropped the lawsuit back then. But another thing, by the way, that they are trying to argue in this lawsuit, which, by the way, the judge did leave it open for them to refile it, rewrite it, refile it. He did not dismiss it with prejudice, so they could continue it if they find a better way to write it. But one of the things they're trying to do is get rid of Section 230 of the Communications Decency Act, which of course has been a target of conservatives for so long because they don't understand how the law works. Section 230 basically says that a web platform cannot be sued or held liable for what other people put on that platform. So you do understand, if we open it up to where these platforms can be sued for what is said on their platform, you guys understand that that's going to lead to far more censorship, right? Like, if Twitter gets held accountable for what I put out there in a tweet, Twitter has more reason to ban me. Not that I say bad things on Twitter, but that's just an example. Same thing with YouTube or Facebook. If they are suddenly liable for everything on their platforms with the demolishing of Section 230, guess what? We're going to see massive bans like every day. So abolishing Section 230, while I do agree we need some kind of accountability for the platforms, Section 230 is going to lead to more censorship on these platforms than we have ever seen. So I would suggest that conservatives like Donald Trump maybe learn what the law would actually do before trying to file a lawsuit to overturn it. One of today's video sponsors is Aura. Aura is an identity theft protection, fraud monitoring, VPN, password management, and antivirus software, all combined into one easy-to-use app. Aura monitors the dark web for your emails and passwords and social security numbers and sends you alerts fast right to your phone and email. And they have a special offer right now for our Ring of Fire viewers. Get 2 weeks free by going to aura.com/ROF. For years, the rate of identity theft crimes has been surging and affecting millions of Americans. Right now, it's actually affecting 1 in 20 Americans. And despite this, those who have had their identity stolen are often shocked when it happens. I mean, just imagine trying to log into your email account one day only to see that the password had been changed. Then you start getting those notifications of activity from your bank, your credit cards, your crypto accounts. And that's when those feelings of panic and fear start to set in. When it comes to fraud, every second matters, and you can connect your credit and bank accounts and get notified of any changes up to 4 times faster than Aura's competitors. And their VPN lets you stay anonymous online by keeping your browsing history and personal information safe and encrypted. And their antivirus software is absolutely vital to block malware and viruses before they infect your devices. I've been using Aura to protect my personal information, and honestly, it could not get any easier. The setup only takes a few minutes, and you can link all of your financial accounts for monitoring to protect yourself. They do credit monitoring. They do all kinds of things to make sure your data is safe. And as someone that's had their personal banking information stolen more times than I'd like to admit, I cannot stress enough how important this service is and how great it is to have the peace of mind that Aura gives you. Protect you and your family from America's fastest growing crime. Try Aura free for 2 weeks and see if any of you or your family's personal information has been compromised. Start your free trial right now at aura.com/ROF or click the link in the top of the video description below.